Nah. He was like into rock music and shit. He wasn't even like fully. He was like half supportive, then not supportive, and then once he saw me like actually getting some shit, he was like proud of it. You know what I'm saying? He passed away, but I was glad that I got him to see like some of it like come to fruition. You know
okay, so you're back. So you're back, and you're 11 years old. You passed your first 3 raps. Yeah. You write your 4th rap, and your fourth time you write something, you're recording it.
Yeah.
So like the first, like you're like, so that's insane in itself too, because nobody does that.
I also like
like that you knew how to do that.
Yeah. So how I was on.
How'd you learn to do that?
All right. So I've been on computers like since I was like 6. Like before Windows was even a thing. Like I remember when I was first on a computer, it was like the MS DOS shit. And my uncle, like if I wanted to play like this Mickey Mouse game, it was like the code was written on the paper and it was, like, it was open.
So that's it right there. Right there is the spot. Right there. We always say, when did it shift? Right there. When an 11-year-old.
No, I was like 7 on the computer.
When an 11-year-old doesn't have to get on the bus, get on the train, go to some fucking inner city neighborhood, pay $170 a fucking hour, know the engineer, know his rap, know the whole thing, and then have to actually live that as well. None of that has to exist. All you have to have is a computer program. He's an 11-year-old at home doing the exact same shit.
You were born on Easy Street, my friend.
So, but in hip hop, from that point on, not saying it's better or worse. Yeah. I'm just saying now it's accessible to people that are different than what hip hop was up to that point.
The thing was, I was actually way ahead of the game back then. Because everything now, like you said, back in the day was like hand to hand. Mixtape, like I was still part of that era, like pressing up CDs and shit.
Yeah, but you weren't allowed to even be in these spaces because you were too young.
Yeah,
like you could, like so. Knox was like 17. We got X's on his hands. At, like,
when I was 16, I was doing shows.
That's what I'm saying. But that's 16, not 11.
No, yeah, that was like after.
You get what I'm saying? So, so most people when they start spitting, they just rap. They don't even record it. They don't know how to fucking record it. None of that shit. Like you're saying from the get-go, you're like, okay, the first time I did this, I'm gonna record it.
Well, I had maybe like a couple just like talking shit with my friends, like shit before that, but like it was really early. I was recording myself very early on.
Like you weren't wasting any time about that. You were like, I mean, how many songs do you think you've recorded by this point in your life?
Probably around 1,000 or more.
What's the earliest one? Can we go back and listen to that song? Is that out still?
I could get to it like the page as well, but I don't have my very first record. I have like my second and third. I have like this old ass.
So how long ago can we go back to listen to some Hush shit?
I could go back to when I was like 14 or 13. Like I have it.
So 21 years?
Yeah. And I have like
that's a long fucking time.
Yeah, man. Like I have every year there's at least I'd say every year since then at least 50 tracks. Like and some years way more. Like my computer is like full. Like I have a vault of like create. The thing is that some of the shit is like I didn't have the money for the beats, so it's like I'm making all these songs. I'm like, oh, when I put that out, I gotta go buy the beats, blah blah blah. So I have mad shit that is like still. The thing is too, now I have the sessions and I can mix them better. So like every now and then I might have like I drop songs sometimes they're 5 years old and I just act like they're new. You know what I'm saying? But like it depends on like
But it seems that everyone does that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
so
literally,
building the ball is like lit. The one thing though is like I feel like I need to organize my shit so someone else, like if I ever went to jail, God forbid, or like died or something, I'm like someone needs to know how to go through my hard drive and get this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like I gotta make that easy for people because I feel like it's like you have all these Pro Tools sessions, but a motherfucker don't know how to open Pro Tools and export it. Like so, it's like I do want to go back. I hate having unfinished shit.
You started saying that you started like battle rapping on the you're battle rapping on the internet early age.
So first I was out battle rapping with my friends. Like,
what's your first rap name?
It was Hush. First rap.
That was your first was Hush?
How I got Hush though, I'm not gonna lie, was like once Eminem came out, like after hearing like Tupac and stuff, Eminem came out and I was like, two things happened. One, I was like, oh wow, white dude is like ripping shit. And then also I was like, lyrical rap is a thing. Like you don't have, because before that I thought you just had to be like a gangster to rap. Like it was like you can't rap unless you're doing gangster shit. Like every rapper who's famous is gangster.
I just like I just said, that was the
yeah. So once
he is like the fucking start of
you were there.
Yeah. So once I had Eminem, then I started like looking into lyrical shit, and that like it led me to all the underground legends and battle rapping and shit. I was battle rapping on websites, like doing diss tracks, doing like tournaments and shit. But like, there's like some legendary people that were on these sites. You know what I mean? Like rapmusic.com, some other shit. Like that, I don't even know. I did a bunch of those battles. Like, and that, around that time after I did the internet battles, like probably a year or two. That's when I started getting into because I was doing those battles when I was like 14, 15. And then it was like, at 16 is when I was actually doing shows and battling in 21 plus clubs and shit.
So, what are we at the point in your story yet where you are basically interviewing him, not even realizing that it's him you're interviewing?
Oh wait, hold on. I fucking chilled off on that question. A reason I was mentioning Eminem too is because his name was Eminem Marshall Mathers, so my initials are SH. So that's where I got Hush from.
Okay, all right. But I know that you also had a different name.
Well, I switched my name because there was this dude Hush from Detroit. He like has tracks and shit with Eminem from way back in the day. So he comes out on this TV show, The Contender, and he's got a song with Talib Kweli and a song with Eminem. And I'm like, oh, this dude has Hush, like he's been established. So then I switched my shit to Rage 617, and that was just because I was like, yo, I need a 4-letter word that looked ill. And at that time, I was like rapping, battling, mad angry. But then it fucked up my shit because then when I would meet people, like I would have different types of people. Like some people would call me Sean, some people would call me Hush, some people would call me Rage. And it's like I'm like the people who called me Hush knew me the most, really. So then it was like, but what stopped the Rage shit is eventually I started making money off YouTube on my Rage page. And it was like back in the day where like, I don't know, you weren't supposed to tell people or some shit. So like I made a post, I was like, oh, I'm making money on YouTube now. And then like, I don't know why, or like someone must have just clicked my ads mad times thinking they're like helping me out. And I got my monetization demonetized. I had like 600,000 views on that channel. And then I was like, well, fuck it. Everyone calls me Hush. I want to be Hush still. And then at that time I had heard like Drake has an OVO Hush. There's mad Hushes, so then I'm just like, all right, let me add my last name, Hush Harding. It got the flow like Jazzy Jeff, Dirk Diggler, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Mac Miller, the alliteration shit. So it's like and also I was like, at this point, like I said, I'm internet savvy, so like I had, you want to have your shit, if you search your rap name, you want to be the first thing that pops up, you get what I'm saying? So like, I was like, if I add my last name, my shit's easy to find.
It's like you're thinking about a lot of shit that no one's thinking about at that time. That's also.
No, I agree. Yeah.
At one point in time, so a funny story of the Big Dookie chain, because the Big Dookie chain has the Hush Onion, because as Van didn't, when we started this, Van had no idea who Hush was, even though you maybe did, but you didn't. And almost every guest that's come in here has like a story that he's like a personal story of like, I think you and Pat G like were battling, blah blah, all this shit, like it goes on and on and on and on. But one of the funniest parts of that,
it's like the degrees of Kevin Bacon, but degrees of Hush Harding.
So tell the story about how you discovered because he's probably at that point in the story now, he was a 14, 15-year-old kid rapping at clubs.
Right.
So you used to run a website called undergroundhiphop.com, which was a huge website. This is before YouTube was around. This is before at one point in time, it was the biggest like hip hop website in the world. Like it was huge. Like you guys sold so many fucking records from that site.
All the underground legends always were trying to get their shit.
It was huge.
Yeah, I didn't know that I knew Hush until I was going back through our underground hip hop videos looking for a video, and then I see a young 15-year-old Hush. I'm like, that's Hush? And then I came in here and I was like, Hush. And I had you look at. Did you look at yourself?
That was a Black Poet show at the Middle East, right?
Okay, yeah.
So just so people get it right.
You were rapping outside the Middle East and you were rapping for
no.
Harper's Ferry.
Oh, Harper's Ferry.
Let's just get this right too, so people understand what he's talking about. So you have archives and archives of footage from all the time you take.